What's up, guys? I actually never done a motovlog before, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, so I guess I'll just kind of see how this goes. Right now I'm just don't really have any destination, just kind of going for a little cruise. And I'll talk a little bit about the KTM 690 and just kind of my overall thoughts on it. I've owned this bike for maybe 3 months now, 3 or 4 months, maybe a little bit longer, I don't know. But it was 0 miles, and I am at, that's kind of one thing that's annoying about this bike is you actually can't look at the tripometer, or the total mileage on the bike if the bike is moving. You can only look at it when you're standing still, so it only gives you the destination or distance for A and B, which is kind of annoying. But I think I'm close to 2,000 miles. I'm coming up on 2,000 miles, and I really enjoyed the bike. I didn't really get to experience its full potential until about after 600 miles when I broke it in, and yeah, after that I haven't done too much to it. I got a Leo Vinte exhaust on it, slip-on exhaust, still the stock header, and I changed out the mirrors to the stealth mirrors. I found them on a Facebook group, and I like them a lot compared to the traditional mirrors that are on here. Definitely makes the bike look a lot better. But riding wise, it is great. Honestly, I love it. I know a lot of people complain about the seat on this, but I find the seat to be honestly pretty comfortable. I mean, I don't know how the other seat felt on the previous models or years, but this for sure feels comfy. I mean, I could ride this almost all day, I feel like. But yeah, I find the seat to be super comfortable. Never had a hydraulic clutch before. Obviously it still works the same. Using it wise, it feels great. Honestly, really easy use of it. Nothing crazy. Honestly, I have no complaints so far about the hydraulic clutch. Power wise, power feels great. I'm on mode 2, and it has tons of power. Especially, going around city. Highway is fine. The only obviously complaint about the highway is you don't have a windscreen, but I mean, it's expected. So it's not as ideal for the highway, for sure. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the bike is great. Get great gas mileage, of course. I mean, I don't know the size of the tank. I would have to look in the manual, which is one thing I don't like about KTM, is that the manuals are all electronic. I understand saving the environment and all that, but I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that. Kind of wish I like to have paper in my hand when I'm doing work. I have it installed on my iPad. It's all touch interactive, which is nice. So when you're looking at the table of contents and stuff, you can just click on it and it brings you straight to the page, which is nice. But now it's I have to work with the iPad, and I don't know. It's just kind of annoying switching pages and all that stuff with oil on your hands and all that, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so that was kind of one thing I didn't like about it. I don't know if this is a thing for all dealers, but when first purchasing this bike, I have had no experience riding a dirt bike or anything. I've always had a sports bike. I started off on a Ninja 250, and and an R6, and then after that I had a CBR 1000, and I have a R1 S 2016, and I have this bike as well. And honestly, I just kind of wanted to test ride it, but the dealer wouldn't actually let you test ride it, and they say it's a KTM thing. I don't know how true that is or not, but that was kind of like annoying when I first wanted to get this. I kind of went in not knowing if I was going to like it or not. I mean, I knew I was going to like it, but I kind of just like to test ride something before you actually purchase it. So, but I mean, like I said, I love it. The modes are I've really never ridden in mode 1. I know everyone says that it's really bogged down, like very like tame. And honestly, mode 2 I find to be honestly perfectly fine for me. It has plenty of power, like I said. I don't have any, modification like a power commander or any. It's not, the ECU is not even flash. Which brings me to the ECUs. Like trying to find like a flash your ECU or whatever is very like hard to find online about this bike. For this bike, I should say. I don't know what it is, but like finding an ECU, like they don't flash, they're just all piggyback things such as like, power commander and all that. So I like to honestly flash stuff. I don't like to have any piggybacks. It's a lot cleaner and all that stuff, but I can't find anything, and I plan to eventually, change the map on this, because I know factory they run super lean, and I'm sure that's not too good for the engine. I mean, obviously the engineers wouldn't design it too lean to where it would destroy the engine, but it definitely you're not getting the performance they could potentially really get out of this thing. A lot of people look at you when you're on this thing, that's for sure. People think you're some hooligan on a street bike, which most people on supermotos are, to be fair, are hooligans. You don't get this thing just to ride it boringly. It's supposed to have fun with it, which it is for sure, definitely fun, no doubt about it. The brakes on this thing are fantastic. I never had Brembo brakes, and the Brembo brakes are honestly killer on this thing. The thing stops on a dime, especially with the weight of it. Really stops really well. You could definitely go over the handlebars on this thing if you give it a good full squeeze on that front brake. Suspension on this thing, honestly, have it set to the factory settings. I haven't like adjusted the preload or any of that stuff, and honestly, it's great. Feels comfortable. I'm 6'4". 215 pounds actually as of today. I measured on the scale at the gym. A little bit of athletic build, and honestly, the thing feels so comfortable. I personally like this bike more than my R1. If I had to pick out of the two, if I had to decide which one to keep and which one to sell, I would definitely sell the R1. And I'm not trying to be biased or anything just because I just recently bought this motorcycle. I mean, I put over almost 2,000 miles on it now, so. And I can definitely say this is for sure way more smiles and way more fun compared to the R1. No doubt about it. Working on this thing is honestly a breeze. All the fairings and stuff come off such ease. The R1's honestly not that bad. 2016 model. I had an R6, which was a pain in the ass, but the newer R1 seemed the panels come off really nice, the fairings. So honestly, but compared to this thing is a cakewalk. It is so easy. There's nothing to it. Look at those peacocks. But there's nothing to it to taking this thing apart. And everything's easy accessible, like right there, which is great. So found the oil change to be kind of weird. I say that because it has two oil filters and two fuel screens. So I mean, I guess the engineers designed that for, you know, make sure it's super clean for the oil. I'm not really too sure, but it definitely has a lot of oil and oil filters and oil screens. Really, the oil changes are not bad though. Doing on this thing, I did it all myself. I didn't go to a dealer. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I use follow all the instructions on the manual, and it's honestly nothing really complex about it. So, yeah. Parts wise, finding parts, there's tons of aftermarket parts on this thing. You know, I don't have too much, like I said, but I don't really plan on doing too much to this. I just have a P3 skid plate. I don't even know how to say the brand, Versace or something. Fuel tank, just because I hate using my key for the fuel. So I like to just be able to just twist it and just fill up without having to take out my key. But and then what else? Got that, and then the front sprocket cover, just pretty up it a little bit. Have a little front sprocket cover, same brand, Versace or whatever. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, everything else completely stock. Oh, and the headlights. I have the Cyclops LED headlight. It's a plug and play thing. Have both high and low beam. Works great. The headlights on this thing were honestly terrible from factory. I was a little bit disappointed from KTM. You know, being 2022, you would think they would have at least a way better headlight. You know, being in the day and age that we are now, and the headlight was god awful. Like, it was like a light bulb that you got from like Walmart, like a great value light bulb in there, and honestly you could not see anything. So that was definitely for sure a change, because the actual quick shifter, and that was another thing that was appealing to me when I was looking at this bike, is, you know, it has all these features which honestly aren't that amazing when you compare it to all the stuff that we have nowadays. But for a supermoto to be street legal, comes with a quick shifter, up and down, has 2 map modes and traction control. It definitely is, you know, top tier when it comes to supermoto. If you want to have a supermoto, you know, street legal, straight off the, you know, showroom floor. But yeah, definitely it was something that I looked at when I was looking at this thing.